FTW.
FTW Broadcasting here for the win. We bring you hot Starcraft 2 action. Thank you so much for tuning in to this next GosuCast. Very excited to bring you these two players once again. Naama versus DieStar. Going to go ahead and pull up the name tab. I don't know what most freaking sound effects are, but I love doing them. Let's take a look at Naama, and if you didn't watch the other replay, I'm going to give you just a little bit of background information on him if you aren't already familiar with him. As you can see, his name is Virus Naama right now. It used to be Mao's Naama, as he used to be a member of Mao's Gaming, and yes, he does reign from the country of Finland. His nickname is The Beast, and last time, or last replay that we watched these guys, he was a beast. He straight up beasted DieStar, really dominating him in the economy, really able to keep DieStar's economy in check, which was such a huge factor in that game. And as we take a look at the other side of the map, we will see his opponent DieStar, and the M at the beginning of his name does stand for Team Millennium, as he is traditionally a Terran player. He is from Poland, and he's 20 years old. By the way, Naama's 19 years old, so both of these guys cannot legally drink in the United States, which is really sad, because if they came over to the U.S., I would buy them both a drink, but I would be arrested. That would be terrible. U.S., fix your drinking age! Anyway, this man right here, DieStar, does not play any ladder games. He only plays custom games against pro players in order to maximize his training, and he is formerly a member of Team Empire, and he's an emerging player right now. He's definitely an emerging player, so we're going to watch his skills, and you don't really see that many replays from him, so that's why I'm really interested to bring him to you. And we do see this racks placement here. Great placement on the racks on this map. As you know, there are these giant ledges here on the side of your map on Xel'Naga, and if you place your racks here, it's not going to get sniped off along any of these edges. If any siege tanks come along the edges here and here, great placement. Great placement. No need to wall off against a Terran opponent, right? As we see that traditional timing on the gas racks, and the command center is being upgraded at this time. And we see that Naama has his racks in similar placement. I don't really like how close it is to the edge here, as you are very vulnerable to siege tank damage at that location. Very strange supply depot placement as well, but I guess that'll help him keep an eye out for any kind of shady drops as a scouting SCV comes across the map here for Naama, and we see an early rean here from DieStar heading up this watchtower here. As is he going to apply some early pressure? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Uh-oh, this SCV's running into trouble at this Marine right here. We see a little stop and go micro there from DieStar. This SCV barely survives with 9 health, and if he gets a pop off on this tower, he will die because his buddy the Marine here will take him out. They narrowly miss each other. Will the Marine be able to get a shot off? No. Hero SCV able to escape, and on this map, I love this center area with these stalagmites and lightning. Very cool. I really like this map, as in my opinion it is very balanced, especially in a TVT. Why? Because it is so open. It doesn't it prevents Terran players from really turtling up and becoming just such a pain in the ass when you get to mid game. It really opens you up and forces you to become more aggressive and more mobile, which equals more Gosu. And if you guys aren't familiar with these Gosu casts, I'm only going to say this a couple more times. These are solo content from yours truly, AWOL. Danny will not be on these, as I got a new computer. This is going to allow me to bring you pro games. And we're seeing similar build here from DieStar from last game, as he, except this time, he's going early siege tanks. He did get early siege tanks last time. No Hellions whatsoever, skipping right over that part of the strategy, getting that tech lab, going straight to siege tanks. So it looks like he's going to want to siege up Naama early in this game. Not a bad idea. Command center being built here a little bit later than Naama did. Naama already expanded, and Naama has that bunker, but that bunker is going to run into trouble if these siege tanks come over, and he does get that siege upgrade, which is not going yet. Probably going to want to pump out at least just a couple early tanks just to defend his base before he really goes and grabs that upgrade. Blue Flame Hellion, so popular right now. Hot Marine on Marine action to the Xel'Naga. Oh, Naama's Marine barely lives with 3 HP. He has got to be bleeding inside that suit, which has got to get kind of gross and soggy. We also see a heavily damaged Marine here at this, and controlling both of these towers obviously so essential on this map, as it is called Xel'Naga Caverns. The Xel'Naga towers are essential. Great placement on those on this map, as you can keep an eye on basically any major army movement. As this bunker gets filled up with Marines, we do see those Hellions coming coming out here from Naama. Does he have his factory? Of course he does. And he's got the reactor? Of course he does. Why? So he can pump out those heavy Hellions as he did last game, kind of scooting along the back here, checking out for any proxies along the back edge. Always a great decision as a Terran player versus other Terran players. Proxy Starport and Raxes can be so powerful early game. We're seeing the Rax factory Starport opening, which gives every Terran player such versatility. When you move into early mid-game, allows you to really just to counter anything that you run into. Early Viking, once again, really these guys are just mirroring their builds from last game. Very, very similar. I'm sure we'll see this lift off very soon as just pumping out a couple SCVs here. Nothing too shabby. Looks like Naama did scan the front of the base here. Going to see this heavy siege tank action. So this orbital command has decided to fly over and expand. We do see basically the early economic advantage is going to go to Naama, and he's now moving across the map, realizing that his opponent is in sort of a vulnerable position. We do see Hellions. Early game pressure here from Naama. Want to pull up the income tab real quick. Yep, once again, Naama is out ahead, heavily ahead on minerals, but a little bit behind on gas. So we'll see how that plays out as we move forward. Siege tanks cut through Hellions like butter. Those Hellions, looks like there was a bit of a pause there. Some friendly chat as these guys will pause for each other because they're pro gamers. They are not jerks like you see random jerks on Battle.net unpausing on you just so they can get the advantage. See the gas going down here, the refinery, and a supply depot. I thought that might be a missile turret, but it is not. With the heavy siege tanks early game, Naama is sort of forced to pull back with these Hellions. What can these Hellions do? Well, they can slip past the defenses is really what they want to do. So let's see if he's able to apply that pressure. Medevac all loaded up with Marines as it's dropping in the back of this mineral line from DieStar. Once again, Naama trying to contain the economy of his opponent, doing a good job of it. Is this refinery going to go down? This is going to be a huge factor if it does. And, oh no, these Hellions are going to start roasting everything up. Naama making a good decision to pull out there. Good decision by picking up some early game Hellions. Why? Because they're so effective versus Marines, especially when they don't have the combat shield upgrade yet. And we're going to see, this Viking going to make short work of this medevac, drop the boys down. Oh, only able to get a couple boys down on the ground level as that other one gets lit on fire. The other one dies in a giant pool of blood. And right now we see just lots of random units coming down here, taking over these towers. Lots of blue just randomly moving out as Naama, very key part of his game is to control the map, to really control the information flow. He really needs to see what's going on. Checking this expansion over here, just making sure that no crazy shenanigans are happening. DieStar roasting up this poor Marine. Oh, he was just trying to get the plans for the Death Star, but he died. And good job. Hellions are great to take over Xel'Naga watchtowers, by the way. Why? Because opponents normally throw out light fodder units. Blue flame upgrade for both players being upgraded right now, and Naama really wants this high yield. Is he going to be able to take it over and defend it? I don't know, because here comes a lot of pressure from DieStar. Going to start assembling here at this Xel'Naga watchtower. I think that Naama is a little bit outmatched here right now. Why? Because of the heavy siege tanks. What is Naama going to do to counter this? Well, we do see up on the production tab, he is producing his own siege tanks right now. They do have siege mode upgraded, so if you get a good placement here, if you want to get these siege tanks on the other side, but is it too late? Is DieStar going to move in here too early? This sieged up tank is trying to do damage here, but there's 3 in the back, which means SCVs off the line once again for Naama. He's going to try, with the fusion cutters. Those SCVs now going to be forced to pull back as there's no actual military units to back him up. We need more siege tanks here from Naama. As I said in last game, really the only counter to siege tanks are Marauders with stim packs to get in close, siege tanks of your own, or some heavy air like some Banshees just to snipe them off. Always good. But as you move into mid-game and there's so many Marines and Vikings to support your siege tanks, really the air threat against siege tanks becomes a non-factor. So really Marauders and siege tanks, the only Terran counter to siege tanks, in my opinion. I could be wrong though, I am not a pro player. As we see these Hellions out of position here, they're going to get out-Hellioned as they got taken down there. Very good. This watchtower, gosh, so many random light fodder units getting taken out. Naama now just bringing the heat, bringing the pressure back in as he's going to start fortifying up this location. Why? Because he's got his expansion here at the high yield. Always a good decision to pick this up. If you can defend this, that is always great for you. And DieStar with the superior number of siege tanks right now, though. But since Naama is already sieged up, going to forcing DieStar to pull back there, forcing him to pull back. Looking up at that production tab up in the top left, very, very similar. Only difference is this armory here from Naama, as he's going to start pumping out these vehicle upgrades. And he's really going heavy on the siege tanks, as 3 are about to come out right now. And this is siege tank warfare, really. And we're seeing a supply depot here to check out any future expansion. This location, good idea. Random Hellion here to check out any expansions this location. This got scouted out earlier with the supply depot at this expansion. So really, this is why Naama is called the Beast. His mechanics, his map control, and just is so excellent. So excellent. And this is very good. But want to talk about excellent, this is totally excellent with all these siege tanks here. Is Naama going to get, is DieStar going to get interested in this high yield expansion? I seriously doubt it, because Naama's got this location so sieged up. Oh my gosh, siege tank on siege tank action. So what's going to be the fodder on the ground that's going to be able to make the difference? In my opinion, the player with the Banshees, the player with the Marauders, is going to be able to move in and take out the other players' siege tanks. Let's see who makes that decision the soonest, or I could be completely wrong. So let's see what happens as we move forward, as these Hellions here spotting out this supply depot from Naama, uninterested in it really, as they really want to do economic damage as they're queued up to move around the map here. We need to see a PF here very quickly from Naama to protect this. He's got this so saturated right now with SCVs. That's a ridiculous amount of saturation, and these Hellions can shoot up a cliff if they can get vision. Hot Hellion on Hellion action once again. Oh my gosh, so many flames there. It looks like those blue flames hit the gas tank on the other Hellion, which caused it to blow up. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. You can trust me on that, as I am a professional Starcraft 2 caster. And as we move forward, Naama's moving forward with just a massive amount of additional siege tanks. And if we take a look at the supply count at the top, it's 132 and 132. Very even. I think the advantage is going to start going to Naama, though, as he's starting to really get these upgrades. And want to take a look at the income tab to see how we're looking. Pretty darn even. Once again, though, Naama has the economic advantage at this point of the game, only by a little bit. So this is very, very even. Who is going to make the biggest mistake right now is really the question. Who is making the biggest mistake? DieStar able to get siege up even faster than Naama as these siege tanks are moving forward. Is there a superior number here from Naama? Not even sieging these up, just using their bonus damage versus armor to take those down. Oh my goodness, that really worked. I was talking about how siege tanks are counter for siege tanks, and he used these siege tanks in mobile mode to take down the others, able to take a few down before they got fully sieged up, able to use his close proximity to take those down. Even the Viking here in the center got in on the action, as Vikings are one of the worst ground units for the money in the game. That was very Gosu by Naama. Very good job by him. But DieStar able to just siege up once again and start applying pressure. But right now, Naama's moving right in on this second expansion of DieStar. This expansion looks like it's pretty much doomed. Is DieStar going to make the decision to start applying pressure here? I don't know if he's going to be able to, because of this siege tank defense, as this orbital command is forced to lift off and pull away. Siege warfare, siege warfare. It's going nuts right now as additional siege warfare is occurring here. So many giant rounds being pumped out right now. But since Naama is already sieged up at this expansion, he's dropping down the sensor tower as well. Danny's favorite tower, by the way. I like sensor towers. Good placement here. You can check out stuff going on in the back, as well as any kind of shenanigans on the outsides. DieStar with the excellent placement of his siege tank here on the low ground, using the Viking for vision here, taking out SCVs at will. This is very Gosu, and forcing Naama to pull his entire army off to deal with this. Meanwhile, Naama sieging up, applying pressure to this natural expansion of DieStar. I gotta be honest with you, DieStar in a very vulnerable position right now, because his second expansion got taken down. Meanwhile, Naama's high yield is still up and running despite that siege tank pressure. That is going to tell us the story here on the income tab, as 20 plus harvesters additional for Naama. Naama had 20 more harvesters than DieStar, is what I meant to say, which once again the economic factor really came into play, as Naama with the superior economy harassment and DieStar unable to keep up. But really, DieStar is a very Gosu player, as he came out with the heavy early siege tanks. Naama responded with the heavier early siege tanks, which really gave him the advantage. Let's go ahead and take a look at our top 3 Gosu moments of the match. And here we are at about the 8-minute mark, and I did not give this harassment enough coverage, but it was absolutely Gosu as these Hellions are moving in. They're going buck wild, going all in on this economy here of DieStar. And once again, Naama doing such a good job of harassing DieStar's economy, taking down so many SCVs. There are a total of 8 going down. Economy harassment, such a key factor for Naama. That was Gosu. They didn't care if these siege tanks were here. They were going all in, and when those shells hit the gas tanks on those Hellions, they go down. Let's take a look at Gosu moment number 2. At about the 10-minute mark in this game, Naama goes to check out the Xel'Naga Tower, realizing, uh-oh, he's in a bad position, as DieStar making the great early game decision of picking up a lot of early siege tanks. As he moves forward, Naama realizes he's in a bad position as DieStar has made a great decision on the composition of his army. However, SCVs being pulled off the line once again from Naama, not being shy with those SCVs, able to take down these Hellions, able to move in on these siege tanks. Are they going to be able to do it? Getting in there with the fusion cutters, y'all, but unable to take those down as one siege tank remains. It's Hellion on siege tank action as that Hellion gets the kill there, and these siege tanks in the back able to reinforce him up, pulling those SCVs off the line are what saved him there. That was Gosu! Good job by Naama, and good job by DieStar in that position. Why? Because that was early game siege tanks, and it's so powerful, even versus a Terran player. And here we are about 17 minutes into this match as Naama is just applying massive, massive pressure to the economy of DieStar. DieStar knows he has to retaliate. He's got to keep this high yield expansion on lock, going balls out with bringing this Hellion in and bringing these siege tanks in here as well to harass this economy. Oh man, this is an all-in type of move. No, it's not. It's not an all-in type of move. But actually, he's just trying to harass this economy, so effectively doing so as Naama is so busy microwing his units down south. He is unaware of this siege tank taking him down to Chinatown as these workers are just getting ripped up here. This siege tank with 4 kills right now doing so much damage to everything in that economy. That was absolutely Gosu. That siege tank deserves a reward. He was trying to turn the course of battle, but it just didn't work out. I mean, look at that supply count up top. 67 right now for DieStar and 131 for Naama. That really spelled the end of the game as Naama was just able to apply way more economic damage at this point. So, we're going to go ahead and pull up the units killed tab here, folks. That is the Gosu tab for GosuCasts. Looks like Naama picked it up this game. He both picked up the victory and the Gosu tab. So Naama, if you want to redeem your trophy, yeah, oh man, that trophy, oh yeah, it tastes so good. Thank you for watching this, guys. If you pro players watch this cast, I would be flattered. And you win with 118 on the units killed and 50 on the workers killed. So email me at FTWBROADCASTING@gmail.com if you would like to redeem your trophy. And you probably just want real trophies because you're a pro player. But regardless, you can get it if you'd like. Thank you so much for watching this GosuCast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring up the heart slide. I need your feedback. I'm doing these recaps, the idea of which I will say on the record I stole from Force Strategy Gaming. I'm kind of changing it up a little bit. You guys told me you wanted recaps at the end of replays. Most of you probably came over from Force's channel who told me that, so I'm doing them. I'm doing the top 3 most Gosu moments. I'm not doing the in-depth recap like Force does. That's his thing. I don't want to completely jack his idea. So, if you guys want to watch more GosuCast, click that link down there in the bottom right-hand corner, that green link. If you want to, also you can click in the video description below to get more GosuCasts. If you want to check out our channel, click the blue link down there in the bottom left-hand corner. We have Star Wars games, TROLLCASTs, Fun or Nots, all kinds of random gaming content. We're also going to do some Let's Plays here soon, and Danny's got a secret show that he's going to be pumping out here soon. Very excited about that. Also, if you want to subscribe, most importantly, please subscribe to our channel. Click in the center of the heart there. Danny does a sick dance every time you click that. We really appreciate our subscribers, and it makes our day when we get in our email that we got subscribers that day. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in my next GosuCast.